Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, January the 31st, 2023. Tuesday, January the 31st, 2023. You know what, everybody? Today's Young and the Restless episode, it just was not that good to me at all. It just really wasn't. Um, we have Sally and Chloe talking at the society. We have Adam coming in and Chloe sniping at him, and the other just he's trying to figure out what's different about Sally. Ah, goodness gracious! And I just don't like the whole bottom line. Adam's gonna find out simply because Nick comes over. Well, let's get some sparkling champagne, sparkling cider to celebrate whatever. I don't know. And then she goes, well, I have nothing to celebrate. And he goes, well, I think something good's coming your way, meaning Nicholas has already put something else in the works for Sally. That's exactly positively what happened, right? So we have him before he sees them at society telling Victor, you know what, leave Sally alone. She has a lot on her plate. She's going through a lot right now. What is that supposed to mean? She's going through a lot. I'm thinking, Nicholas, just shut your mouth. But he did put Victor on notice. He says, you're messing with Sally needlessly. She was already fired from here unjustly. Leave the woman alone. No, I don't care about that Sally Spectre woman. She needs to leave town because got your brother Adam just all distracted. He's not doing a barely mediocre job there at Jabot. And Nick is like, how do you know what kind of job he's doing at Jabot? Oh, I see. So you're spying on him. You're having him spied on. Oh, okay. I see. You know, he says, and she's because he's thinking about her. And then we've got you over here thinking about her as well. She's just with both men. She's trying to land one of the two of you, and it's just got everything all out of whack. And no, that Spectre woman needs to go. And Nick says, well, you know what? I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you. You keep messing with Sally. See, I like working with Vic and Mom, but you keep doing what you're doing, that'll all change. What is that supposed to mean? I'll walk away from this place so fast. Nicholas doesn't have a plan. Nicholas is actually itching to walk away now. Don't is it anybody other than me thinking he is just aimlessly floundering around at Newman, making no real impacts? Ugh, he did better when he was doing his own thing. He really did. So then he goes and sees Sally, and Adam is just looking at the whole thing. Adam's probably going to see the bottle of sparkling cider, thinking, why is Sally drinking sparkling cider? Because I happen to know her favorite brand of champagne. Adam's going to figure it out. That's just, it's going to happen, right? Then we have Summer comes home. She's coming to check on little Harrison, and then she was going back to the office. Diane is reading a magazine like she owns the place. She owned that place. Oh, Summer. Can I talk to you for a minute? And she stands up, and Summer's like, well, look, I'm just here to check on Harrison really quickly. Then I'm going back to the office. And in my mind, I'm thinking, Summer, you're Diane's boss. Asked her, Diane, why are you not at the office working? This is office hours, Diane. See, because you're sleeping with the CEO of Jabot doesn't mean you don't have a job to do, Diane. Because you didn't call in sick. You don't look sick to me, Diane. So Summer's like, well, yeah, real quick. Diane proceeds to, you know, I sense some resistance or, excuse me, reluctance, reservations about me and Jack. And I want to assure you, we both know what we're doing. We're both happy. And she's just going on. And Summer's just looking, well, yeah, Oh, she says reservations. That's what Diane said. She goes, yeah, I do have some reservations and concerns. She said, because if this thing goes badly, Kyle's going to be hurt. I don't want Jack hurt. He's going to be hurt. And so Summer says, I'm very concerned. Well, I just want you to know, no, Jack and I, we're cautious, we're happy, we're doing well, and she's just going on and on. And Summer looks, and so she goes, the only thing that I would say, this is Diane talking, the only thing that I would say that would, cause an inconvenience, a minor problem is your mother, Phyllis. And Summer kind of, why would you bring up my mother? My mother has nothing to do with your relationship with Jack, Diane. I beg to differ, because Phyllis can cause a lot of problems. And Summer goes, wait, no. My mother is staying clear. She says, and it seems like you're looking for a scapegoat already to blame for problems between you and Jack. She goes, well, it's not my mother. Oh, well, well, I'm just saying, there's Phyllis is Phyllis has, what did she say? She didn't say threats, but she said something about was that a warning, or somehow Diane says that, and Summer says, no, it's no warning. I'm just telling you, my mother, because she goes, no, my mother is very protective when she feels someone is doing harm to her family. Then that's that mother bear instinct in my mother that comes out. Oh, is that a warning? Like that I'm gonna do harm? So she goes, no, it's not a warning. She says, but Diane, I'm finding I'm a lot like my mother. If my family gets hurt, then my mother bear instincts kick in as well. And Diane goes, oh, now there's the warning. And Diane is always so smug. And Summer looked at her. She goes, it's good we had this talk. And she gets up and she walks away. I said, good for you, Summer. Good for you. And Diane had the nerve to go to Jabot. And now before she got there, Diane's talking to Summer, Kyle's talking to Jack. Oh, his concerns. If things go bad, then my mother could leave town and oh, blah, blah, blah. And no, Jack's like, no, things are going great. Everything is fine. No, none of that. And no, your family will be fine. So just useless chatter. And so Kyle's like, well, whatever, and Kyle leaves because he's like, you know what, you guys are adults. I mean, what? Hey. So Diane comes in, Jack gets up, well, hey, you, and gets up to hug and kiss her. And he goes, what brings you by? And I thought, other than work, right? She still works. Now, mind you, she don't work for you, but she works in the building for another company. You used to see her all the time at work. You would know what brings her by. She was always running into your office, running this idea by you or that idea by you, work, right? Oh, I just had an interesting conversation with our daughter-in-law. She's not happy with, our relationship. And he goes, well, interesting enough, I just had a conversation with our son, and neither is he. He has reservations. So she really wanted it to be all Summer. And so she goes, oh no, I don't want Kyle to have see, now that was a concern. You mean Kyle? Oh, but our daughter-in-law? Oh, see, Diane is starting already to try to divide Summer right on out of the family. Okay. And you know what? Summer is going to have to handle her business, huh? Like she said, I'm a lot like my mother. So we're going to get to see if she's a lot like her mother. And good. Summer needs to fight that battle. Then Phyllis shows up at Summer's because she's leaving. She's making arrangements to go to Portugal. Of course, Tucker overhears that. And he's like, hey, what? Who? Where are you going? Oh, that's where Daniel's Heather, his partner, and his daughter are. Oh, okay. And so he's like, yeah, you getting ready to mess things up, right? And Phyllis is like, stay out of you. Stop getting in the conversation. Stay, mind your own business and stay away from my son. And Tucker's like, you know what? Your son makes his own mind up. So Summer goes to, Summer, she's telling Phyllis that. Phyllis goes to Summer and says, I'm going out of town. I'm going to Portugal. And Summer's like, well, why? I'm going to talk to Heather and Lucy, and I'm going to get Heather to take Daniel back. Because my son, your brother, he needs his family, and I'm going to talk some sense into Heather. And Summer's like, Mom, you need to stay out of that. Oh no, don't do that. Now we've got Michael, we've got Lauren, we've got Summer, we've got even the mailman. Did I hear you say you're going to Portugal? Stay away from that. Come on, Phyllis. Can't do nothing the right way. So she tells Summer, look, here's what I need you to do. If anybody asks, no, I forget where she said, just tell them I'm so-and-so vacationing. And Summer's looking like, no, you don't get me in this lie, right? And so she goes, and keep your brother separate from Tucker. Don't let them be together at all. She goes, Mom, look, I can't get into that. I don't know a thing about that. She goes, just separate them. Do whatever you got to do. Don't let Tucker anywhere near Daniel's business. And Summer's just like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. And Phyllis is like, I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you, and I'll be back. And she just leaves, and Summer is just like, oh no. But in her mind, she's thinking, thank God it's Daniel's life and not mine. Woo, thank God that tornado is messing with my brother's life and not mine. And then we had yet another boring conversation with Daniel and Lily, and Daniel trying to comfort, and Lily saying, I'm going to do everything in my power to get your project going. I still got a week. It hasn't been a week, and yada. Okay. And I'm like, okay, well, that whole conversation, this whole thing is getting very old and boring, right? Old and boring. So we've got a couple comments in Comment Corner. I don't see this week, everybody, being a good week at all for the Young and the Restless. Things are going very, very slowly and poorly. This is week number 2. Nothing good. Nothing good at all. And if they're truly letting that Stark business in that way, horrible that they even wasted our time bringing that man into town. Horrible. The writer, that was horrible. So we have Annette. She says, Phyllis, as we say in the South, Lord have mercy. I know, Annette. Victor would blackmail Jack about the jury and make him let Adam let him go. I know that's probably what he will do. And Jack will have his hands tied. And you know what? As much as Jack likes his friend Adam, Jack is getting his fancy tickled by Diane. So he will let Adam go in a heartbeat, because in his mind, oh, this is to protect Diane. So he will do it. He'll do it in a heartbeat. And Anita says, your description of Audra talking to Nate was hysterical. Nate is so gullible. That is why that's the way he acted at Chancellor Winters. He needed his ego massaged. He should go back to medicine. I know, because he was a brilliant surgeon and he was getting his ego massaged by his colleagues and the high of saving a life, but at least that was noble, right? The adoration of family that, that you saved that person's life. But, oh, goodness. Nate, I just don't like Nate. But you know what, everybody? I'm not liking Young and the Restless too much right now either. So I'll be back tomorrow for another daily recap for the Young and the Restless. And let's see if we have anything good going on.